The must-eat foods in California's Central Valley. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, entertaining. And the first must-eat food in California's Central Valley is barbecue, but in particular, tri-tip. Tri-tip as a meat is classic to the Central Valley, and our first restaurant is Salty's Barbecue in Bakersfield. They are well known for their tri-tip. This is the tri-tip dinner, and this tri-tip looks really good. It's really tender, it's really flavorful. You don't even need any of the barbecue sauce on it. The dry rub on it makes it super tasty. So one of the really unique things about Central California barbecue, particularly when they're cooking the tri-tip, is that they cook it over an open flame. If you can actually see down there, there's wood burning right down there. This is oak, and then they raise and lower it right here to actually control the heat. Now for the meats that they're smoking here in the smoker, they actually use almond wood to smoke the meats in the smoker. This is almond region after all. In addition to just the plain tri-tip, one of their specialties right here is the Salty Special. This sandwich, take a look at this. On top there's coleslaw, there's peppers, but underneath there's pulled pork, and underneath that there is tri-tip. So let's go ahead and dive into this Salty's Special sandwich. There's barbecue sauce on the side, but the best way to enjoy barbecue is always without the sauce first to really taste the meat. It's good. It's spicy, so if you like spicy, you will like this. It's just a great combination. The bun is nice and crunchy. If you look in there, this is definitely worthwhile. I usually pick on barbecue sandwiches that have coleslaw on it because I feel like they're trying to mask the taste of the meat, but I know the meat's really good. Also, their specialty is the spicy mac and cheese. That's good too. It's spicy, but not nearly as spicy as a sandwich. Now let's dive into the ribs right here. Tender as well. Another one that you don't even eat the barbecue sauce because the rub is just that tasty. I also like barbecue beans. Let's check out their beans. Different than a Texas style bean. Texas style barbecue, much more sweet. This has a bit more kick and a little bit of spice to it. And there's ground beef in the beans. And you know what? I had to get something healthy. I had to get something green too. And now if you're watching this, you're thinking, Chris, how are you gonna eat all of this? Okay, there's 3 of us here, plus the traveling princess. That's how we're gonna eat all of it. But I got to get my start on it. Our traveling princess doesn't usually like beef because it's too dry and chewy, but you can see this is so tender that she likes it too. You know, I heard from the owner here that their motto is California grilled and Texas approved. This one's traveling princess approved. Traveling princess, do you like the barbecue? Yes. She just learned how to say yes 3 days ago, and here it is. She likes the barbecue. So in addition to classic California barbecue, when you're in the Central Valley, you should try modern barbecue. There's a lot of restaurants that are reinterpreting what it means to be barbecue. One is right here, Divine Swine in Modesto. They are known for the brisket dip sandwich that we're gonna have here in just a moment. As an appetizer, we got pork rind nachos. This is junk food elevated. It's pork rinds here and pulled pork and melted cheese. Let's go ahead and dive into one of these. The traveling princess has already dived into that one. Crispy, meaty, tasty. So now I've got the main course here. I want to point out that the pork rinds, they're really good because they actually deep fry the pork rinds, make them in-house. But let's start with the main thing right here, which is the brisket dip sandwich. It's got brisket on it, it's got fried onions, it's got cheese, and it's served with the dip right here. So let's go ahead and dip that in there, just like we would a French dip. I got mostly bread in the first bite, so I want to get some with a little bit of meat for my second bite. I gotta take a bigger bite. It's good. It's a tender brisket. there's no barbecue sauce on this, so it does taste much more like a French dip sandwich, but a much heartier French dip sandwich. Now, here we have the jambalaya. This is andouille sausage. It's got shrimp on a bed of rice down there. Barbecue restaurant selling jambalaya. I told you it was modern. It's spicy. It's tasty. It's a good jambalaya. Jambalaya is a hard dish to do, and so I think it's neat in a barbecue restaurant. What do we got right here? This is the pulled pork spaghetti that also has andouille sausage. If you're hungry, this is portion to feed an army. Let's go ahead and get some of that pulled pork and the spaghetti. I've never had pulled pork spaghetti, but it's a pretty good combination. And the last item right here, the St. Louis ribs that they smoke in-house in their smoke. I pick it up and it's super tender. It just like falls off the bone. These are really good. They're really tender. You could eat this with a spoon. You don't need a knife or a fork at all. So if you're looking for some modern barbecue, ooh, it breaks like that. They're so tender. Looking for some modern barbecue in the Central Valley, definitely check out Divine Swine. You definitely need to eat the cheese in the Central Valley, and one of the best places to do that is at Oakdale Cheese, just north of Modesto, and they have won the awards for the best Gouda, mild Gouda in the United States by the American Cheese Society. While you can buy the cheese to take home, you can also get it in a grilled cheese sandwich. What do you want me to say, traveling princess? No. She really likes grilled cheese. But $4.25, you can get a grilled cheese sandwich, and for 50 cents more, you can get one with a slice of ham in it. So let's go ahead and dive in. It's on sourdough or wheat. Pretty good grilled cheese sandwich. I don't think I've ever had a grilled cheese sandwich made of Gouda. I think it's even more mild than a typical American cheese. And if you want something to go with the grilled cheese, you can get a cup of their tomato soup with or without croutons for $3. It's a good accompaniment. It's hot, it's thin. You can also dip your grilled cheese into it. I know people like to do that. I like mine with ketchup that I'll be having a little bit later, although she makes a mess when she has ketchup. Now, for dessert, they have German cheesecake. This shop, Oakdale Cheese, is a 4th generation owned, and they originally immigrated here from the Netherlands, so they brought their European cheesecakes with them. This is an original cheesecake. This is chocolate with almonds. We're in almond country, so of course there's some almonds in there. And then this is lemon curd. They are light and fluffy. They're sweet. They come with little spoons. That is one of the sweetest cheesecakes I think I've had. So if you got a sweet tooth, you'll like it. Let's dive into the chocolate with almond. Good chocolate flavor. Not too chocolatey, not as sweet as the first one. And now let's dive into the lemon curd right here. That one, if you've got a sour tooth, that one's gonna make you pucker. Traveling princess, is this Gouda?
Yeah, Gouda.
It's Gouda! This sandwich is Traveling Princess approved. They got a big case of cheeses if you want to take some home. Their other award winner is the cumin Gouda. And if you're a real cheesehead, you can pick up a whole wheel of it for $86. That's $8 a pound. If you do stop in, definitely check out behind the cheese cooler where they got a little museum of the family, some of those shoes from the Netherlands, instruments of cheese making, and you can see them making the cheese in the back if you time it right, or just the cheese aging and resting. And if you come to Oakdale Cheese on a nice day, you can enjoy your grilled cheese sandwich out on their picnic tables where you can overlook the koi pond with really big goldfish in it. Not quite a petting zoo, but the traveling princess really enjoyed checking out the llamas. Or are they alpacas? I can't tell. Fellow explorers, can you help me out on that one? What's the difference? Another great place for cheese in the Central Valley is Hilmar Cheese Company. This is just about 20 minutes south of Modesto. They have this really neat visitor center, and if you've never heard of Hilmar cheese, turns out they actually make 25% of the American-style cheese sold in the USA. And in their visitor center, you can get a lot of their cheese and some cheese foods that they make. One of their most popular here is their original cheese chowder. Let's give this one a go. It's cheesy. This is quite good. It's got cheese, it's got bacon, it's got potatoes. It's got vegetables in it. I like this. And it's yellow, which is my color. And it feels like it's cheesy and it's creamy. It's not too heavy. It comes with a couple of pieces of sourdough on the side that the traveling princess has been munching on. She might be munching on one now. This is made of their vintage sharp cheddar, which you could pick up here in the store if you wanted to take some home, make your own. They have these really great yellow cups that just might make a good thing addition for me at home since the brand is yellow. And then here, this is their cream cheese brownie. If you didn't have enough cheese when you had that, they have grilled cheese sandwiches too. So you can get like their grilled cheese, their like cheese combo, which has chowder, which has a grilled cheese sandwich, and it has this. We already had lunch, so we're gonna have a light midday snack here. It's a good brownie. As brownies go, they're sort of mouth-filling and coating, but it's nice and soft and juicy. So, but while you're at Hilmar Cheese, definitely explore their visitor center and get up on the second floor, because if you get up on the second floor, you can actually see where they make the cheese. They make these 640-pound blocks of cheese that you can see them making, and it's pretty cool. And you can pick up some cheese as well. And if you didn't get a chance to get to Oakdale cheese, you can get some of the Oakdale cheese in the case right back there. When you're in California's Central Valley, you need to eat farm to fork cuisine. There's a lot of these new American restaurants that really specialize in classic American dishes, just done a lot more wholesomely and sourced from places in the Central Valley. We are here in Winters at Putah Creek Cafe, and we've got the baked ragu here with buffalo mozzarella. We've got the porchetta pork here on some really good looking sweet potatoes and a burger. Let's try these things. First, we'll start with the pasta. It's a good pasta. And a good cheese too. This is really quite tasty. Let's go ahead and try this big hunk of porchetta right here. This is a lot, it's crispy. I can hear the crunch on it. Let's give this one a go. It's juicy. It's got good flavor on the skin. I like that. Let's try the sweet potato. Good, fresh sweet potato as well. And we have a burger. Yes, this is your papa eating the cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Okay, going in for it. It's good beef. Oshi girl ordered this, but I might just be eating more of it than she did. And if you visit this place, Putah Creek Cafe in Winters, it's a cool little town that's like totally worth exploring. I feel like it's definitely like a hidden gem up here in the Central Valley. It's like super well maintained brickwork. There's lots of other restaurants around here with classic American cuisine and tasting room, and even a hotel, Winters, just on the other block, a new hotel built right up in this town. So now that I've got deeper into the pasta, I actually want to point out there's some like really big chunks of meat in here as part of the meat sauce and the ragu that are really quite tender and delicious. Now, if you come to one of these farm to fork restaurants, one of the things you should just be prepared for are pretty limited menus. Here, their like entree menu was just 4 items long, and they were sold out of one of them because things are just fresh and they serve them fresh, and the menus rotate all the time. So when you come in one season, they might not have it in the next season, but if you find one that you like, you know, come back next time you visit, because chances are they'll be providing some pretty good food, just whatever's in season. When you're in the Central Valley, you need to eat Mexican food. There's a lot of great Mexican food throughout the Central Valley, and I'm only hitting the tip of the iceberg here by eating a Quesadilla Gorilla in Visalia. Why did I pick this spot? Because it's a restaurant that only specializes in quesadillas. Usually, you go to Mexican restaurants and you find like a quesadilla like this that the Traveling Princess is eating that is a flour tortilla, and cheese. But here, you can get a whole bunch of different types of quesadillas. We got 3 of their top quesadillas here. We got chicken, pork, and we got beef with lots of interesting fillings and lots of interesting salsas. So let's go ahead and dive into the chicken one and a random salsa, because I just asked them to give me a selection. It's a good quesadilla. Cilantro lime chicken. This is the pork. This is the liquid gold, one of their most popular salsas. The pork and liquid gold are good. Onto the beef here. These are heavy slices. Let's dip it into the greenish one. That's good as well. I like all 3 of these. And you know what? They even have sweet quesadillas too for dessert. If you come to Central Valley, definitely check out Quesadilla Gorilla. Now, one of the things when you're in California's Central Valley you definitely need to eat are almonds. I've got a whole video that you can watch about almonds and almond delicacies. You'll find a link in the description or at the end of this video. But where there are almonds, there are also bees. Where there are bees, there are honey, and that's where the Hive comes in. At the Hive, they're all about honey. This is Josh. He is the nectar director at the Hive, where they sell 30 varieties of honey, and they offer honey tasting just north of Sacramento in Woodland. And so, Josh, nectar director, what are we going to be tasting here today?
Okay, so spring wildflower honey. Yeah, we're gonna start with that because it's a great baseline. This is wildflower honey is a honey that most people are familiar with. It's a nice, well-rounded, good everyday kind of honey.
It's a good honey.
Next up on the list is avocado honey. This comes from Southern California, and it is from the blossom of the avocado trees.
That's great. I love avocado. I love guacamole. I've never had avocado honey. Let's see what this tastes like.
This is a nice, dark, robust honey with a buttery finish.
What Josh said it tastes like, that's what it tastes like. I'm not saying that to be a shill, but it's darker in color and it has a deeper taste to it than just kind of the light honey that we had before.
California Yellow Star Thistle is the first honey that my dad fell in love with to start our business 43 years ago.
And so this is honey from those yellow flowers that we see on the side of the road? Those like...
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, people love to hate Yellow Star Thistle,
yeah.
But the honey it creates is really divine. So this honey has a nice burnt sugar, kind of creme brulee type flavor to it.
I'm ready for creme brulee now. It's good. Each one of these gets better than the other. And it's not to say that the other ones aren't good, but it's very tasty honey.
Coriander honey is another locally produced honey that comes from the blossom of the cilantro plant.
Are you saying this honey comes from cilantro? Is this vegetable honey?
This is vegetable honey.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And it smells like a spice box. It has a lot of savory flavors. It's wonderful honey to serve with cheese. It's a great honey for roasting carrots or cooking.
Wow. Wow. I have never tasted honey that tastes anything like this. All honey I've ever tasted is always sweet, but yet this honey is savory. It actually has that vegetable cilantro taste that comes into the honey. It's really a
orange blossom honey. This honey comes from the area around Fresno. Very nice light floral honey, really classic California honey.
I like it. I can taste this feels like afternoon tea. Like if I'm, eating a scone and drinking some tea and looking out on a garden, I feel like this is the one that would go really well in my tea.
And Hawaiian Lehua honey. This comes from the Big Island of Hawaii.
Aloha.
Produced only in Hawaii. And it's packed a really nice creamy consistency, so it's a nice spreadable honey. It's got a kind of a butterscotch type flavor to it.
Yeah, this is definitely the thickest of all the honeys because it's creamy and it has a little bit of there's like a lot of texture, like these crystal textures in it. So this was awesome. Well, fellow explorers, fellow food explorers, when you're coming to California Central Valley, definitely get some honey when you come out here at the Hive. But what if you can't make it to the Central Valley? The honey can make it to you. They sell these tasting kits. They'll ship directly to your home. 9 different honeys, a tasting guide, and a 45-minute video that Josh and his mom have put together to guide you through these honeys. Sounds like a lot of fun to do with friends and family. So in addition to almonds, do you know what California also produces a lot of? Oranges. Actually, California produces more oranges than Florida does. And so when you come here, you need to eat oranges. But if you want some orange desserts, stop by Orangeworks in Visalia, where they specialize in orange ice cream, orange smoothies, and orange milkshakes. So they make the orange ice cream fresh every day. $4 right here. They're pretty good. I've never had orange ice cream before. It definitely tastes very orangey. I can taste the fresh oranges, fresh orange juice in it. Traveling Princess want me to have some for water to wash it down. Let's go ahead and try the orange milkshake. It's thick. This one is more creamy. These are $7 for the milkshake and for the smoothie. The smoothie has no milk in it, but these are fresh oranges, pure products. If you've had Orangeoulis before and you like Orangeoulis, I think you'll like this even better because it just tastes that much more fresh, and I like it. And I think you will too. By the way, as we're eating this, we're just thinking how good this is. I don't understand why Disneyland sells Dole pineapple whip, like pineapples from Hawaii. They should really sell this orange ice cream. So Disneyland, if you're watching this, get this recipe. Reach out to Orangeworks in Visalia, because I want the Traveling Princess to have it there when she grows up and go to Disneyland. Well, fellow foodies, hopefully you got a few ideas of what to eat when you visit California's Central Valley. I really want to thank the cool people from visitcentralvalley.com and Visit California for making this series possible. And if you want to see more of our videos from this trip, you'll find links on the screen or in the description below to our entire Visit Central Valley series. Well, as usual, explorers, we won't say goodbye because we'll see you in the next video.